Alright, so in this one, we're going to be going over the most underrated units in Legends. You know, we went over the most worst aging, the best aging, now it's the most underrated. I think you can assume what tomorrow will be if, you know, you follow a little pattern here. The most overrated units in Legends, but today will be the most underrated units. Sparkings, obviously, just overall in the game, from when they released, how I'm kind of doing these is, let's say it's the most aging, right? Okay, so I'm looking at when they released and how they developed over time. I'm looking at underrated, how much value have they gained or lost, and did they have value on their release, or was their value null, or they gained value over time? Similar to, let's say, Full Power Frieza aged gracefully, and he is a good aging unit, he gained value over time, so his aging was actually pretty nice, and you could see it. With someone like Cell, you could see his aging just deteriorate like a fucking a pillar. Like, I don't know what would compare it to. A waterfall, I guess, because it goes down, right? Here, it's going to be units that are good. Maybe not the greatest, but they are still good enough to run, you know, back when they came out, now, and how they are just overall. Again, it will be just in summary of them. Some units obviously aren't that great now, that were great, and were underappreciated, so we're going to touch on every unit, right? At least that I figure is on this. Right here. Turn Power 17. Now him, I think on release, he was a suitable unit. When did he come out? He came out with 18... Was that... near... What's his... 34? Where is Evolution Blue Vegeta? Yeah, they came out... Okay. So, like, a few months... Wait, he was the right before Anniversary. Yeah, he was the banner right before Anniversary. This was the last banner prior to Anniversary. Or right after Super Saiyan 4. After or before Super Saiyan 4 Goku, whatever it was. He came out right then. And actually, that kind of gives him more value because Revival Gohan came out pretty soon after. But this guy, fun fact, they actually did change him. I don't know if anybody actually realizes it because maybe you don't use him that much now. But he still has decent value right now. This blue card used to be a short animation, meaning if you messed it up and you missed, you could sidestep out. They changed it. I don't think they ever even actually added to the news, but they changed it to where this is actually a long animation, so if you miss it, you get comboed. Kind of like Super Vegeta's blue card, if you miss that, you get comboed. It's a long animation now, so he was actually so good, and so, like, usable. They actually nerfed him, so you hate to see it there, but overall, this guy, I mean, there's not really a negative to him. If I were to complain, maybe he should support, but that's, like, the stupidest thing, because, I mean, he's restore own health by 10%, restore allied ki by 30, which is, you know, some support, post 50% damage inflicted to one allied USS or android is defeated. He's doing all the stuff you kind of need him to do, locking main ability, getting good damage inflicted there, because that's 90%, which is pretty nice, because he's going to have that blue card spawn from his main ability. Then that's 50%, so that's 140% on his blue card. On top of the blue card, inflicts only 2 sub-count upon activation, meaning you do this kind of like, okay, catch them mid-side step where you catch them a strike into a blue. Well, they can't swap out when you click that blue. It's not like they get that +2 after the usage. No, it's not on hit, it's on activation. So that means they are fucked. If they have a purple in, you do a strike into the blue, they can't swap, they're taking that. You know, Goku Vegeta, Super Vegeta, somebody that's very strong, they're going to take a big chunk of damage from this blue card, right? Because he has more strike base, and the blue cards that are, I believe, dash forward ones are more reliant on your strike stat, so you give him a lot of blue card equipment, a lot of strike stat equipment, he actually will do good damage on that. On top of his green card, very tedious, but yeah, very good. Destroy one enemy strike, blast, and special move, so he destroys 3 cards peak, and inflicts all attribute downgrade plus 20% damage received, and increase their sub count. So let's say I were to pop 2 green cards. Okay, well, I most likely destroyed 2 strikes, because it'll say destroy this, destroy this, destroy this, or miss. So if it says miss, that means they didn't have that in hand. So let's say I destroy a strike and a blast the first time, okay, and then I destroyed a strike and a green card. Okay, well, they most likely have no cards in hand. I just did 2 green cards, and getting green cards really isn't hard with them. I do a tackle. Well, their sub count's up by 2. They sidestep because they have no cards in hand because I destroyed all their hand. I get to a rush, and I'm fine, because, again, they can't swap out. I increase their sub count by 2, right? And the sub count won't go down quick enough to where a tackle actually won't, like, you know, be effective. It will be. Do feel like he has very good value, that Tournament Power 17. I very much like him. I think he's always been pretty nice. I just never see him around. Team-wise, I think, Leader Update kind of fixed him, but when he came out, it didn't exist, so I kind of get it. Androids weren't, the top of tier. They were decent when he came out, but people were still coping about Android 18, calling her better, but no. The 17 has so much better utility, so much better everything that he can do. The only thing, again, a little bit of support could have been a little bit more warranted, but he is, debuffing on top of, I don't think his his strike cover combos into a blue. I would say it makes sense because what his blue card can do. Maybe if his cover blue card didn't up sub count, then sure, have the combo, but I mean, he's upping sub count. Like, he's locking in blue card basically if he cover changed and comboed into a blue card. That would be broken, and you're not going to break an all-star unit right before anniversary. You're not going to break the anniversary unit. Look at Gogeta 4. But another one here, right next to him actually, Ice. Ice, look, I used them, I think it was like 2 weeks ago or something like that. He did insane. Maybe it's just where we are right now, where you're not running into like the craziest screens. Yes, Gogeta 4 does exist. Yes, Zamasu and Goku Black do exist. But that's it. Like, that's it. You're not running into any reds, so he's not even being, type advantage. And he's looking like a demon, man. Like, his debuffs really, really do it. Like, I don't know what else to say about him, but look at this. Inflicts attribute downgrade when faced with enemy. So when they come in, this is what happens. 30%, plus 2 sub count, then minus 50% advantage gauge recovery. So if they sidestep, you tap out, okay, let's say you both lost your vanishes and then, let's say you just both stay in for whatever reason, right? You're going to get your vanish back quicker. You're getting those debuffs done, and if they swap out, well, you still have those debuffs done because they're going to swap out, they're going to get more debuffs, plus 2 to sub count. He has very good manipulation of sub count with that. On top, I think his main ability actually lowers sub count by 5. Yeah, to ally chat GT, well, we're also going to run him. Fucking use him on GT, right? They don't need to run a blue, but running a blue isn't like a problem. Again, you're not running into the craziest screens in the world. Yes, Gogeta 4 does exist and he's scary, but you have circumstances around GT. You bring up purple, even if you don't want to bring purple, just bring your own Gogeta 4, you'll kill Gogeta, right? You always have something to counter out the other unit. Obviously not the blue countering the green, but he's still good. Like, I'm impressed with him after using him. He is an A tier boost, maybe that is substantiating him just a little bit higher than maybe people would rate him. But I think he's fine for where he is. He was meme to shit because he's not anniversary hype. This isn't somebody you're fucking expecting for anniversary. And yes, I do agree with that, but as an actual, like, in-game unit, he's, like, it's the same level of memeing you would say for Goku. Like, why are they so good for such irrelevant motherfuckers? This is literally him. Like, he's actually pretty nice. I think people actually have understood his value to a degree, but man, using him in that video just a few weeks ago, man, he carried Nova in a meta where no reds exist and he's a blue, and obviously he wants to be against reds, but yeah, he carried the video. Like, I don't know, his value is quintessential to me. Like, it is honestly just, whew, bro, it is insane. Honestly, I don't know why they did him so well with the debuffs he does offer. It's just kind of tedious shit he does allow. But it is done in a degree where I really feel like he needs a lot more usage and respect, honestly. Another one here. Man, you in launch, man. I can't fathom, because I put them so high on my tier list, right? In that video, I literally am looking at it. It's going up like, I don't know, 1,000 people every day are watching it, right? It's just going up and up and up, that tier list, the end of the year tier list, with every Sparky in the game. I put him above Super Saiyan 3 Goku, this Yamcha. And look, I'm going to explain why, because I explained it there, but I don't think it was really heard, so let me explain it again. Z ability, crack. Strike tag defense, near 50%. That's the same thing the EXs do. The difference is this guy's actually runnable when the EXs aren't runnable, right? One thing, already. Main ability. Gets some vanish back, gets damage inflicted and key. Pretty nice, pretty standard, so I'm not going to like gas him there. This. 60% to own damage inflicted, okay. Not anything cracked, that's fine. 30% own crit rate, so criticals, by the way, do 1.5x damage. So if you're landing a critical, and let's say you are neutral, you're not going to be doing just your normal neutral damage, and you're doing 1.5x. Similar to in a scenario of you're having type advantage, you're doing a 1.5x. You're not doing double, you're doing 1.5x. If you're doing disadvantage, you're doing 0.5x your damage, right? So criticals give you amplified damage. Okay, 30% on critical rate, and let's see his critical. Yeah, 4.8, not bad. Near 5k. Look at Super Vegeta, he has 5.1. You hear the crits he does even without Bardock, insane. Then, critical damage, so overall, if he's landing a crit, he has 90% damage inflicted on top of his main ability. That's 120% damage inflicted. That cannot be cancelled for his main ability. The others, yes, but, you know, factor in how you want. Then randomly draws one new card when you have 3 or fewer, so if he comes in, he can just continue a combo. And randomly choose one enemy card. Then this. Okay. Everything else is already great, but then this. Reduced damage by 20% when battle starts, cannot be cancelled. So he has innate cut forever. Then the following effects occur after enemy attack is over. Reduce enemy Dragon Balls by 1, activates twice. So he destroys 2 Dragon Balls if they tap attack you. Okay, that's fine. That's good. Now is where we get into it. Disregard this next part, but also acknowledge it. Inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade plus 20% damage received for 50 timer counts. Inflicts all enemies with no switching for 3 timer counts. Activates 3 times. I'm going to give you a scenario that's so simple and so easy, and anyone can do it. Let's say I have my rush, because, you know, I have just great Rising Rush farming, and that's just how the game works. You have your rush very quickly, and that's how the game works, right? Maybe they even have their rush before they tap attack you. Let's say I have my rush. Again, not that hard to get, right? Pretty simple. Everyone has their rush anytime, it seems, and people are double rushing left and right. I'm experiencing this. They tap attack you, reduce enemy Dragon Balls by 1. Good. Now they have 6 balls. They had a rush, now they have 6 balls. Okay, they didn't realize what his unique did. Oh no. What was me? Inflicts all enemies no switching 3 timer counts after enemy attack is over. I do a blast starts. Let's say they don't PV me. It's not that easy to PV blast if you just know your timing. They don't PV me. I do a blast. They're locked in. That's not 3 timer counts. If I do it immediate, that's not 3 timer counts. I have a free rush. This Yamcha's gonna kill on rush. Where is his negative? Where? And then reduced damage by 20%, cannot be cancelled, activates once. So he's 40% cut once. On top of reduced Dragon Balls, gives you a debuff, no switching, gets Vanish back on main, gets okay damage inflicted. Where's his negative? Legitimately, I don't know. Like, this Yamcha is insane. Maybe his stats aren't the greatest, maybe. But he does have decent equipment, at least for double defense HP, and kind of give him a little durability there. See if you want to enable that cut even more. This Yamcha is insane. Now, given he does have some negatives, this is a what? Oh, it does have blast armor. I was gonna say it has no blast armor. No, it does have blast armor. Never mind. Aim restores don't help by 25% on hit. Like minus 100%. See, I can't find a negative of this guy. Draw special arts card next. Look at his special arts. Restores own key by 40. Cancels own attribute downgrades. Reduces key by 40 and gives them a debuff. If I'm debuffing this much because I did a blue card into a green card and they tap attack me because, well, they're just a little bit scared. They're locked in. They have a debuff there. They have a debuff here. They're gonna die. That's 40% debuff on top of his decent damage inflicted buffs, on top of his pretty nice equipment. This Yamcha is so fucking annoying to play against. Honestly, I might even showcase him tomorrow. Maybe I'll do somebody else, but I'm considering him. He is so annoying to play against and so good in that one aspect of just getting a free rush. The value of having 3 vanishes to 2 vanishes, or I guess lower a value because you lost the vanish, is exponential. I don't even need to maintain type advantage to understand that, because if I just have, it's just common sense. If I have more vanishes, I can do more things. I can do more swaps. I can do more circumstances and have just an easier time. If they have less because I rushed them because this dumbass Yamcha, he needed so much more usage. He should be used so much more. It's insane, honestly. And then launch. Now, the launch being red probably isn't the, optimal thing for now. But launch, I've seen so many last man standing situations with the launch where she just comes back. And it's because of this green card, right? Look at this. Read that first part, firstly. Ignores ally substitution count and immediately switches characters, applies one effects to allies upon activation. to this to her allies. She's buffing her allies, by the way, on top of ignoring sub count and swapping. That means you get a vanish, by the way, because you swapped and your other character didn't vanish yet. By the way, you get a vanish and you get damage inflicted and you get ki. And if you do it mid combo off a blast or a strike, I believe, you can actually chain it. Okay. Restores ki by 50 plus 30% damage inflicted 15 time counts, and then the flying effects occur based on number of defeated battle members. So as last man standing, restore well, as second man standing, restore ally health by 15%. Okay, not bad. Then when 2 battle members are defeated, restores own advantage gauge by 100% 3 times. You want to talk about UI Goku, Kid Buu with their vanishes and, you know, all this stuff. Launch has 4 vanishes. Her innate vanish, green card vanish, green card vanish, green card vanish, green card vanish. What? Dude, I don't know. I don't even know what to say. Just the value, because she doesn't have bad damage inflicted. She has 35% cut. Like, she draws the green card. She gets double card draw speed after enemy attack. Evades us enemy attack with the vanishing step. So when she sidesteps, and on top of that, she's drawing the green card, so she's getting that vanish back anyways. Plus 30% to blast damage inflicted. Her 10 timer counts every time this character uses the blast darts. She's gaining damage inflicted. She's going to cut on her strike and blast darts, inflicts enemies with 2 sub count when enemy switches characters while it's on the battlefield. She is the same level as Yamcha. Honestly, Yamcha's a little bit worse, just because Launch can be last man standing and just kind of carry a whole show, while Yamcha is in that one spot. He's great, but Launch right now maybe isn't the greatest, but holy shit, just Jesus. Those kits are beyond belief. It's good there for Dragon Ball Saga characters because no one's running them, because people love their big, strong Saiyan men, right? But it's definitely good value. Another one here would be Majin Vegeta. I do feel like people don't really talk about him, but he's still like very, very good. Firstly, these stats, holy shit, what does he got? He's got 12 stars given. That is pretty high, but these stats are really nice. I've said it multiple times just going over these videos, doing more damage to a specific type of thing is not always great, unless it's Saiyan. Goku is a Saiyan. Goku is the main character. He is my MC, so doing this plus 30% damage inflicted, plus 40% damage inflicted, while it's not the greatest for everything, he still has greatness just beyond that, right? Because you look here, plus 1 effects to yourself every time the enemy uses a strike, blast, or special move, plus 20% damage inflicted, and reduce damage by 10% for 5 timer counts. He can just do great damage. His blue card absolutely penetrates and nukes because, well, read that. Gain 100% to enemy staying damage cut effects for 3 timer counts. Yeah, that is insane. Green card, pretty basic. It is the normal speed animation where it's not long, so you can't get fucked over. You can vanish if you miss it. But it's not like the fast startup as well. So it's a pretty basic green card. He did come out a while ago, so I'm not like against that. Majin Vegeta, though, he's still a great, phenomenal unit to this day, and I feel like he still has really good value. Like, I wouldn't mind running him, and I know he would clobber the world. Green Metal Cooler, I don't feel like he's ever talked about, and I actually do think he's pretty nice for where we are right now because of this. Inflicts all enemies with 2 sub count, so his green card, while it does have blast armor, inflicting with sub count, well, same thing as kind of Tournament Power 17, right? It's just that obviously different color. You do that to an Ultra Gogeta. I mean, if I predict somebody and they swap from, let's say I have, I don't know, Full Power Frieza out, and they're going to swap to Ultra Gogeta, so I predict that, and I do a green card with this guy, what do? Their sub count's up by 2, and I rush? What do they do? Or if I pop the main build and I kind of catch them in a spot where they have a blue unit, I'm doing AoE damage on top of I already have some damage inflicted built up because he's getting his damage inflicted built up per card used. His green cooler could easily nuke and easily destroy a lot of units on the field. On top of this, cancel enemy buff effects upon activation, activates once. Pretty nice there because a lot of units have very subtle buff effects that are very clean and good for the unit. Then on top of the chance to inflict faint, yeah, this cooler has a lot of durability in the regard of if you get rushed, then you could full heal if you do guess it. Obviously, because he has what? Restore 50% of damage received when changing cover. Obviously, if you cover change into him, they rush, you guess it. That's doing like 6 million to you. Okay, well, I'm going to heal 50% of that. I usually have about 3 million health on the character. Voila, I'm full healed. And being against Super Saiyans, while again, these tag-specific things aren't the greatest, for right now, it does help him have good aging and just be a very underrated unit that I never see, and someone that I actually wish we saw more in PvP, because again, he's not bad, he's just underused. Like, again, these are all just underused units that actually have just incredible value to where we are right now. The last one here I want to touch on, and I'm 100% sure there are more, but people might disagree with this. I actually do think you have decent value, honestly. Super Saiyan for a Goku, look, I understand he's Majin Vegeta, just a little bit worse, but man, GT is a real team, right? GT is like a top 7 team. You run this guy, Majub, and Gogeta 4, you're in an okay spot. Like, honestly, I don't see the biggest negatives to this guy if you have that set up, because you have Majub for the tanking, you have Gogeta 4 for the tanking, and what he wants is where your allies take hits, right? To read this, applies flying effects to self every time an enemy uses a card. So it doesn't matter if he's taking the hits, his allies can take the hits. You have Majub in defense setup, you have Gogeta 4 in defense setup, / he's already kind of defensive, at least for his combo. You're getting his damage inflicted built up, and once he's there, Super Saiyan for Goku, I can't disrespect them on this front. Like, this nukes with everyone, with solo, this nukes the shit out of anybody. You're not running into a red. His value is okay. I do feel like his usage is pretty fucking low. He can nuke on this. His blue card also can do really fucking good. Like, he can do stuff if you have him on a setup where he's just allowed to kind of just vibe out and have the others take the hits. Again, you run it with Majub, this yellow-green setup. He can really look like a strong unit. He has the IT out. He has the healing. He has these nice little things. I know he's loved to get memed on. Again, you had this healing, you have this damage, you have this setup where, you know, you have durability alongside you. He actually can be a useful unit, I feel like. I don't know. I feel like that's a hot take, but let me know, guys, agree or disagree with this. Personally, I do feel like Yamcha and Launch are the big winners of this, because holy shit. Just reading over their kit right there, going through cut, having this free rush, having 4 vanishes, like, the utility's endless with these units. But let me know what you guys think. If you guys disagree, let me know. If you guys agree, please let me know. And I'll see you guys in the next one.